Hey everybody, I'm going to talk about Zappa and going serverless with Flask. Thanks to the organizers for setting this up. I just want to say that. Who am I? I'm Dwaine. Here's my chaotic GitHub. I started developing websites in the early 2000s using the LAMP stack and later WordPress, and now I'm switching to Python for web development. I'm studying with the goal to transition from my solo freelance work to a team-based environment where I work on larger projects. My 5-minute goal tonight is to give a high-level overview of Zappa, which is a serverless deployment framework for AWS Lambda. Here are the assumptions I have about it. You are curious and know at least a little about Flask or Django, about serverless technology, and Amazon Web Services, AWS. So, what is Zappa? It's an open-source serverless framework written in Python. It takes an existing WSGI app using Flask or Django, like any other Python WSGI app will do, and deploys it to AWS as a serverless app. It can be used to manage event-driven architecture, microservices, and managed services. And its main benefits are it simplifies the complicated AWS deployment you usually have to go through. You get serverless benefits for your Flask app, asynchronous, scalable, low cost, and you can keep developing in Flask even after you've deployed it. So here's what it does. It configures a lot of this AWS stuff that I'm not going to read all about. But those are a lot of different services, and it goes in and configures them for you, so you don't have to mess with them. It also handles your virtual environment, it can be used to create and invoke functions. You can schedule time-based functions for event-driven stuff, and it zips your code and uploads it to AWS, and so much more. Here are the prerequisites to get it going. An AWS account with a credit card, your AWS credentials file, which you can get by following a tutorial on Amazon, and it gets stored on your computer, and a virtual environment, which you should have if you have an existing Flask or Django project. And word of caution, if you're going to try this out, is set up billing alerts, because it will burn you if you make mistakes or anything on AWS. So just, if anyone hasn't used it yet, do that. So, example time. Here's the most basic Flask app you can make. So here is the function, and you can use any kind of route when you're doing API routing or whatever, and that's what Zappa will take and turn into API gateways. So, you pip install Zappa, you Zappa init dev. Dev is just the name you give to whatever environment you're staging at the time. So this screen comes up, you answer some questions, not many questions at all, like 10 questions, and then Zappa creates a JSON settings file, and then you Zappa deploy dev, and deployment complete will say. That takes about 2 minutes. So when things go wrong, you get a screen like this, and you cry, but these are ways to debug it. That actual screen comes from Zappa tell dev, which gives you all the logs, and then you can filter the log results with any of these commands and these little arguments in the end. And then once you correct the error, you can do Zappa update dev, and it just re-uploads what it needs to. And if you're just sick of it, you can take that deployment off and undeploy. So there also is an AWS tool called X-Ray for analyzing and debugging microservices. I don't have much experience with it right now, but it does exist. When things go right, you get Hello World croons Zappa right there. So that's a serverless app. So you get a fractional cost, scalable, serverless Flask app. Success. One back. So here are some resources. Zappa's website and the GitHub, and other function as a service SaaS vendors similar to AWS Lambda, including Apache Swift, Google Cloud Functions, Azure Functions, OpenFast, which you can host your own serverless system. Other serverless frameworks for Python that are similar to Zappa are the serverless framework, which shouldn't just be confused with plain serverless. Chalice, which is also by Amazon. AWS SAM templates, where you can run your own framework. And for Miguel Greenberg, the guy that wrote the mega tutorial, he also created something called SAM. And if you're interested in creating your own serverless architectures, and kind of finding out what's out there and what creating this is a good book right here. So that's it. Keep learning the cool stuff, and thank you. Any questions?
Have you built anything big?
Not big. I've tried little apps to try to get them to run, so I'm scaling up. And I haven't tried anything with a database yet, but apparently that's doable also.
What kind of latency do you find?
When it's first starting up, it's pretty slow.
Like first request?
Like noticeably slow, yeah, and then it keeps it warm.
Yeah, but because they put it in the freezer.
What's that?
No, they put your the function in the freezer. Nobody.
Oh yeah. So and Zappa does have like a keep warm function where you can say keep this function warm and fire it off every 4 minutes or something. So there's that. Right? Go
Does
ahead.
Zappa support those other function as a service vendors like Azure or Google Cloud?
Right now, no. All it supports is AWS Lambda. I think there are plans in the works to get it working on there so you're not vendor locked in. But all right, go ahead.
I'm not sure if it's really a question for a comment, but I definitely noticed, I don't know if you've noticed that once you're in the AWS Lambda, you can't really venture out. So unless you boot up some other like NAT gateway to go out to a thing, I don't know if that is. So essentially, if you want to talk to the outside world other than just return a request, you have to actually have another server to kind of connect and forward those requests. I don't know if that was right, but that was something that I noticed when I was trying to build it out. Have you had any?
I haven't experienced that yet, so
Okay.
but it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so just kind of like that's the only kind of thing I've noticed is once you're in the AWS ecosystem, you kind of get locked into it, and it's very hard to act on other services from other.
Oh, from others.
But that
Okay.
can just be by not knowing very much about it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. Just,
Okay. Cool. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Good. Yep.